7 or 8 weeks, and I went for just a general checkup to make sure everything was okay because I'd had problems with my first one, and they said I had 2 little heartbeats there, and they said it was identical twins as well because they were in the same sac and the placenta was shared. So they did say about the risks of having high risk pregnancy with identical twins and just the logistics of having 2 car seats and cars and bigger houses and prams and stuff, so it's a bit of a shock. I think most people now can tell them apart really easily because of their head shape, and Oscar's got a lot fatter face than Jacob. Jacob's got a wee narrow face, but their bodies are identical and their teeth are identical and their hands are identical. I wouldn't be able to tell them anything other than their face. I don't know if it's just because they're twins or if they're identical twins, but they do everything together, and they're also very compassionate with each other, and they'll share with us, they won't share with other children. I think personally I would like them to have their own identity. I don't want them to feel like they've got to be together and do everything together and look the same and be the same. I want them to be their own people. That's what I worried about when I was pregnant, that I was going to have 2 completely identical children, and it just doesn't work that way.
That's a good sign. Oh, she's over there. Stand up.
We were basically one thing at one point, and it just feels as if, like, because I can almost imagine being Caitlin, and it is almost as if she's me but with a slightly different personality. I'd say sometimes that it changes because sometimes I'm the really dominant one, and because if we have an argument or if a debate or something, I get really, really annoyed when you don't take my side. And it just really frustrates me.
My own opinion.
I know, well that's what frustrates me, because when I've got that mentality, I think, no, you should think exactly like me, you should do what I tell you to. I was in pink and Kate was in blue.
Or same dresses, like same clothes, same shoes. We even got the same birthday presents.
We were about 4 or 5, and people used to stare at us in the street and point at us, and I used to think, why are they doing that? And then it was only like later on until I just clocked, I was like, oh, it's because there's not that many identical twins.
Looking at you, I don't think that you look like me, whereas you've handed me a photograph of you before and said that's a picture of you, and we've actually had an argument and said, no, that's not a picture of me, that's a picture of you, and it's actually been quite frightening in a way. I couldn't imagine life, what it would be. It must be so lonely, like not being a twin.
Well, I was the same. I used to wish that I was an only child, but now I'm really grateful to have a twin, because it just means that you've always got a constant best friend that's there, and friends, like, if they drift apart, then you've always got that one constant thing in your life that's always going to understand you.
I can't even imagine being born an individual. I feel as though being a twin is sort of like really normal, and when I look at other people and they don't have a twin, I think that's strange. So no, I'm glad I'm a twin.
I'm the complete opposite. I feel like I'm just not normal, because when we were growing up, people always used to refer to us as special, like we were different than everybody else. So I don't like that at all. And I just sort of envy people who aren't a twin, because I feel like they've got more of their own identity. And people are always, you know, referring to me as, well, when they meet me, they'll say, oh, where's your other half? Or I don't like that at all. I just feel like I just want to be my own person. No offence, but I would much prefer not to be a twin. We definitely understand each other, don't we? You know, whenever one of us is going through a bad time, we obviously empathise because we know completely what the other person's going through. I think there's no dominant one, actually. I think we're really different now in personality. I think that we're both a bit bonkers, and we're both going to go nuts when we're older. We're going to be mental old women
who dress the same,
who dress like maniacs,
and we only hang out with each other and
Yeah.
we don't speak to other people.
Yeah, but I would say that you're more stay at home and, you know, let's drink tea, and I'm more, do you think I'm more sociable? Yeah, I'm more sociable. I'm the nice one.
I'm looking at your wrinkles. You've got wrinkles. You've got worse wrinkles than me.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you've got really bad wrinkles under your
that's
eyes.
where yours are. And spots. Really.
You've got really bad skin and loads of sun damaged freckles and leather skin. How long do we need to sit like this for? I think a lot of the time we're the same but different, but we've also got our own take on things.
Yeah, we've got exactly the same sense of humour. Like, we'll both crack up at the exact same thing. We're actually really alike, and I've never really thought about it before, but we are.
A lot of my friends used to complain about their younger or older brothers and sisters, and we always, as much as we fought, we always got on really well. And when we were younger, we would play together, and then when we were older, we would watch the same sort of TV programmes or listen to the same music. And I suppose, like, at the time, you kind of just take that as it's normal, but looking back, when you're speaking to friends, you kind of realise that that's actually, I was lucky to have that, or yeah, I was lucky.
I think even since we've been a child, I've always been the dominant one. I've always dictated who we played with, or what games we played, or even throughout life, I've kind of always kind of followed you around, and even when we were little, just always looked up to what you said and kind of followed what you did. Even now, I think I still kind of sit into that role, and it feels kind of safe. If you ever look back at all the pictures, it was always the same outfits, but it was different colours. So I was the pink, you was the blue. So I always remember there was a red dress. You had a red dress on, and I had a blue dress. So it was always the same kind of idea, but just a different colour. So every picture you look at, we were always pushed into the same. I don't know if it's through kind of parents pushing us in the same direction, because we always wanted to be together. Because we did the same course in high school. We went to high school in America, so it's quite different to here. We lived in America for 10 years, so you went through high school, and you kind of in 11th to 12th grade, you always picked the same courses. We were all in the same classes, and it's because we wanted to be together. It's quite something we both enjoyed. So we both did like it. It's not like one of us didn't like it and one of us did, and we just, well, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it as well. And then we both did like it. And then when we were looking at different colleges when we were in America, we always had to look at the same ones together. I don't think we ever thought about going to different colleges. It was never an option. I don't know, because we were quite young at that stage. We were only 17. We were quite a lot younger than a lot of our classmates, even, because they were maybe 18, 19 when they were kind of finishing high school. And it was just the thought of being apart. I think maybe now that we're older, you can look back on it and reflect on it. I think maybe it would have been a good idea to kind of do our own route and have more of an identity and different perspective on things. And I don't regret, obviously us being so close and being, sisters, but it does, I think it could have held us back in forming, other relationships and forming, your own opinions, your own, just kind of being your own kind of person, identity. But I don't regret it. that you trust, that you know inside out. But it's more than just a sister. It's more than just a sister. It's more than just a best friend. It's someone that, no matter what's always there for you, would never let you down. I'll say I love being a twin. It's great.